Well, it's a story about a language expert trying to come up with the words to find love and happiness in his life. The Language Archive opens next week at Epiphany United Methodist Church in Loveland. And joining us this afternoon from Table 41 Productions is director Michael Yarick and actress Meghan Moore. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yes, so this is a fascinating story, in some ways a little bit ironic because it's called the Language Archive, and again, it's about struggles to communicate in some ways. If you want to start by explaining a little bit more of the plot.
Yeah. So the play centers around the real-world statistic that every 2 weeks a language ceases to exist, whether it's from assimilation or from natural disaster, what have you. And then the show follows a language expert as he works to preserve these languages. Meanwhile, he can't find the words to save the language between him and his wife, the dying language of their family, right? So he's working throughout the play, preserving these native languages, cultures, and tongues, but trying to figure out how to actually communicate to other people, because no matter how many languages you know, it doesn't mean anything if you can't communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what are some of the challenges? Because you would think this, given some of the more maybe naturally visual stories out there, it might be hard to communicate the story about the written word. So what are some of the challenges there?
Do you want to speak on that as a director?
Well, yeah, so there's a lot of dialect work in this show. So we have made-up languages that we're kind of creating ourselves, as well as pre-scripted languages. And yeah, how do you activate language through using language, whether it comes from the head or from the heart? Like, how does that drive the characters into a certain way and the situations they're in? They're motivated by that language.
Yeah, and I think with a few of the characters, it's not only the communication between them and another person, but within themselves. A few of the characters are in a very stuck place in their lives in the show. And it's all about navigating where to go to next, how we see ourselves, how we value ourselves, things like that.
Absolutely, and Meghan, you play this lab assistant, a very, very important role. What are some of the things that you want the audience to walk away with from your portrayal?
I think that with my character, Emma, the lab assistant, there's a lot that the audience can relate to, whether it's, having this unrequited love for someone, being stuck in a career, just not in a good headspace. And I think the audience will be able to see that, reflect on those moments within themselves, and maybe find some healing in it. And yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both, Michael and
Absolutely.
Meghan, so much for your time. We look forward to seeing all the information right there on your screen right now. We'll also have it on our website, WCPO.com.